The match between Italy and Croatia can be considered decisive in this year's Euro group of death. But the goals of the two teams are extremely different. Italy only needs to not lose to continue with second place in the group, while Croatia must win to be able to think about a ticket to the next round. The goal of Luka Modric and his teammates is much bigger, so it is not difficult to understand that Croatia is the one who rushed to attack right after the referee blew the whistle to start the match. In the 5th minute of the match, the white shirt players had their first chance with Luka Susic's extremely powerful long-range shot. However, Donnarumma proved why he was the best player in Euro 3 years ago with a flying save that was no different from a goal for Italy. Italy only needs a draw to be able to think about the ticket to the next round, but they don't want to have to play defense the whole match. Just 2 minutes after Luka Susic's shot, Italy responded with an attack on the right wing. Di Lorenzo made a cross into Croatia's penalty area, but fortunately Marin Pongracic promptly saved the home team's goal. In the following minutes, the ball was mainly in the midfield and Croatia had more control. But their attacking aspects have not yet shown much improvement as Italy still maintains a low defensive block to neutralize the opponent's decisive passes. This is a match that Italy really likes, especially when facing teams that are equal or superior to them. Italy in 2024 no longer uses the catenaccio defensive style as a guideline, but they still partly maintain that identity by being disciplined in defense before thinking about counterattacking. Croatia seemed to fall into the trap set by their opponents. Modric and his teammates could only pass the ball back and forth before losing the ball to the Italian players. From those times of winning back the ball, coach Luciano Spalletti's team organized simple but quite effective attacks. In the 20th minute, Riccardo Calafiori crossed the ball into Croatia's penalty area. Matteo Retegui chose a very good spot and sent a header towards Livakovic's goal, but unfortunately the ball missed the goal by just a few centimeters. A minute later, Italy had another chance. Retegui was the one to launch the shot, but the Croatian player's timely close contact prevented the striker from scoring. It can be seen that although Croatia's goal is to win, what they have done so far has not shown why they deserve to continue. Italy can give the ball to their opponents, but the opportunities they create are much more dangerous and obvious. A typical situation is the 26th minute, showing the understanding of the two players playing for Inter Milan. Niccolò Barella crossed the ball right to Alessandro Bastoni's head. The 25-year-old midfielder made a close-range header, but Livakovic's excellent save deprived Italy of the goal. Apart from Susic's long-range shot at the beginning of the match, Croatia appeared completely deadlocked in finding Donnarumma's net. They continued to attack in vain until the first half ended without any goals being scored. Obviously, coach Zlatko Dalic still has a lot of work to do with the Croatian team. If they keep competing like this, the ticket to return home will get closer and closer to them. The second half was not much different from the first half as Croatia were still the ones pushing forward from the first minutes. But they began to accelerate more in search of an opening goal as soon as possible. And the surprise happened in the 52nd minute, when Italy's substitute, Davide Frattesi, accidentally touched the ball in the penalty area. The referee, after checking VAR, pointed to the penalty spot. This is the second penalty that the Croatia team has received at this year's Euro tournament. The first time was in the match against Spain, but they did not succeed, and this time it was the same. Luka Modric was responsible for scoring goals, but the Real Madrid midfielder's shot was too gentle. Donnarumma read Modric's intentions and successfully blocked it, making tens of thousands of fans in the stands regretful. However, they did not need to wait too long, because right after that situation, Croatia scored the first goal in this match. Starting from Susic's cross, Ante Budimir overcame Matteo Darmian's block to finish from close range. Donnarumma once again played excellently when successfully blocking, but the ball flew out and found Luka Modric's position. In front of an open goal, the 38-year-old midfielder did not miss the opportunity and finished the goal, scoring the opening goal for the home team. With this goal, Croatia temporarily surpassed Italy and became the team ranked second in Group B with 4 points, 1 point more than Italy. In the match at the same time, Albania is also leading by Spain with a score of 0-1. If this result is maintained until the end of the match, Croatia will be the ones to continue with second place in the group. After gaining the advantage, Croatia proactively dropped the squad low to play more defensively to preserve the score. This strategy was effective because Italy seemed too stuck in finding a way into the opponent's goal. Contrary to the first half, the crosses from Italy were no longer as dangerous as before thanks to the discipline that Croatia had created. From the moment the goal was conceded until the match ended, there were still more than 30 minutes for coach Luciano Spalletti's team to find an equalizer. But all of Italy's attack efforts were broken. Croatia is also willing to commit fouls and receive yellow cards to reduce the pace of Italy's attack. A total of 6 yellow cards were shown to Croatia in the second half, but that doesn't matter if they can preserve this fragile gap. As time passed, in the last minutes, Italy became more and more impatient in the ball attacks. The more hurried they are, the more their opponents like it. Many other teams have failed against Croatia in this situation, but Euro 2024 is a different story. Against Italy, Croatia conceded a goal in the last minutes. In the last minute of extra time of the second half, Mattia Zaccagni made a beautiful curling shot. The ball went straight into the corner of the Croatian net, causing the Red Bull Arena stands to explode. The score was balanced 1-1, a great joy for Italy and pain for Croatia. Croatia is very close to a ticket to the knockout round, but the mistakes of the previous match still exist. Losing 4 points in 2 matches is too cruel for Modric and his teammates. The disappointed image of the Real Madrid midfielder illustrates Croatia's disappointment. When the match ended with a draw of 1-1, the ticket to continue belonged to Italy with second place in the group, because in the match at the same time Spain also won 1-0 against Albania. Croatia may be a thorn in Italy's side, having only won 1 out of 10 confrontations in the two teams' history. But now that is no longer meaningful. Italy are the ones who advance to the next round. The Azzurri may not have played well for long periods of the match, but it only took a moment of brilliance from Zaccagni to bring them back from the dead. The defending champion will continue his journey to defend his throne. Whether they fall into the bracket against England or France, that no longer matters. Die short. Live long. Italian fans believe this emotional draw is the omen for the Azzurri's 3rd Euro championship. As for Croatia, they can only blame themselves for losing so cruelly in the last seconds. It is said that no one can step in the same river twice, but at this tournament they made the same mistake. With 1 point, Croatia finished the group stage with 2 points and the chance to continue, but it depends on many factors such as Slovenia having to lose to England with a difference of 3 goals or more, Denmark and Serbia having to draw. Poland did not win against France, or the Czech Republic had to lose in the final match.